Welcome back, and we are on Path of Exile 2 on a different mercenary. This is not my main. My main is a Gemling Legionnaire and is very invested in his grenades. This one I made, I was curious to see how a full crossbow or bolt-oriented mercenary could work, if it could work. And again, this is only 011, so it may not be. I'm waiting for the reset. So I'm just kind of, just chilling at wherever I'm at, because I hear from patch notes that changes are coming. When they are, who knows when and how much. But I don't want to invest too much into stuff that we're going to get a wipe. Basically, it's going to be a wipe. So that'll be sad. But so I kind of stopped going full progression mode. But I'm trying to get here. So I did end up on the lightning. I tried everything else. Even though I don't watch people's videos, my gaming channels that I normally frequent to see what's up and coming pop-up things, and the word lightning was there. So I tried. I might have made a video about this earlier when I first made this character. But this is what we're going for right now. So I did try out a lot of things, the ice shards, the rapid shot. I was hoping to make the armored piercing a thing, but none of those can really equate to what the galvanic shards do, at the moment at least. So even the ice shards, I was hoping, because I do like ice, I was hoping the ice shots could potentially turn into something, but at the moment, the way they are, I can't figure out how they could. So what might be the norm, I didn't watch those videos, so I'm not sure what they're doing. But yeah, so if you were looking for a tutorial on that, there's a lot of at least a lot of videos that are talking about lightning. I'm sorry, lightning. So I'm not sure what builds they're doing, how they're doing them, what supports they're using, and stuff like that. But this character is sort of using a lot of the hand-me-downs from my main, and I'm just looking at easy, because that's the kind of play I like. And right now this is pretty easy. He doesn't die as much as I thought he might, considering how slow his cooldown is, which his cooldown isn't that slow anymore. I did go down that one section of the skill tree that does have I think it was like 60% faster reload speed, or a little bit higher actually. It might be like 64% faster reloads on crossbow. So as you see here, he is kind of quickly reloading relatively quick, which I do like, because that was probably my biggest drawback to doing a bolt build when I first decided. Because I believe my main was doing the traditional, because I don't like using grenades generally in most games. But once I discovered I could blow them up, that kind of was a game changer for that. Grenades are quite powerful, but the biggest drawback that I do see is going to be those areas where, unless they fix it, are going to be those areas where they fall off. Like the Colossus was a fight that really opened up my eyes to, how that could be a problem. Another place is like the Dreadnought area. That area has a lot of places that do fall off. A lot of the places you would think they'd fall off, they actually float though, so it's kind of broken. So I'm a little concerned with that. If they're not going to make invisible walls, which I hate invisible walls, first of all, but in this case, it's not necessarily an invisible wall in the sense that I hate. Invisible walls that I hate are going to be like a wide open plains that suddenly is no longer open because there's invisible walls. Those are the kind of invisible walls I really do not like. Obviously, I'd rather not fall off a part of the map where you're not supposed to fall off. Those invisible walls somewhat better, but still, maybe you could have built a railing on the thing so it's not really invisible. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, we're on this character. We supplement the gas grenades for their corrosion effect, which I did notice. I was looking at the there is a beam type lightning weapon later. My main is trying that as a, or was trying it. He still has it, but as a boss downer. It, with that build at least, or the build that I have used on my Gemling Legionnaire, doesn't seem to use it very well. But who knows if I would have to. I mean, it's considered a projectile, so I don't know if. Well, so are the grenades. I think everything I've changed seems to imply that all my projectile damage does increase those too. But it takes too long to charge. I don't like charging. I don't like timing. I don't like all of that kind of thing. If I don't have to do it, I'd rather not. So that's why we're trying this out. Plus, we got the time for it. No sense in which I was. But initially, well, stockpiling is what I'm talking about. I am still stockpiling, not as much, because I do intend to level up a lot of different things to see what I want to level up and how to level them up. Because even though this game does have a lot of re-roll or respecking capabilities, it's not exactly perfect yet. You still can't re-roll your ascendancy, which would be really, really cool, actually. At the same time, that would not let me play this character from the start. Oops. I'm not gonna be able to do that. Anyway, thanks to those videos who did kind of guide me towards this, I guess, by your titles. Even though I'm not sure what actually is in your videos. I am subscribed to several of these very well-known peoples, so I do watch a lot of their channels to kind of see what's coming out, as far as what I want to be excited for that might be releasing. Even some patch notes and stuff like that. Because sometimes patch notes do break the game for me. Case in point, Nightingale. I'd be still playing that if they did not mess it up, in my opinion, at 1.0. I haven't been back for a while. I may try it just to see if things got fixed, but the game is no longer the same as what it started as. Subtle differences for me, but it is differences nonetheless. A lot of improvements, but something was taken away at some point, and I am a little worried that this game will sort of do the same thing. When games do a full about face, and which means turn around, basically. They turn around and it's no longer what you were playing as the beta or the early access. Which is sometimes understandable if the game's messed up, but a lot of the time it's not. And only a small group of people say it is. But they're the only ones saying it. So it sounds like it's everyone saying it. but it's not. Now, I'm not promoting people to argue on forums of nonsense, but yeah, games have done that, and yes, it is early access. However, and it's not. They don't necessarily call it a preview, because a preview would hint that that's kind of what the game is. Early access does imply that it is just you're accessing it early. Incomplete. I do find it very disturbing or upsetting that sometimes it does not end up the way you played it. Especially if it isn't broken, as far as from the consumer's standpoint. But enough of that. I'm going to try and quickly get to the end of this, and so you can kind of see how we do that. It is a lot trickier than the grenade class. The grenade side does do a significant portion of damage. If the arena or the area is good, it can do quite a bit. This seems to struggle on single target at the moment. Single target boss or rare, unique. Against mobs, I mean, just like almost everything else though, it just shreds. As long as it's up to date. If I start letting it lag a couple of levels back, it does not do as well. Let's get to that group over there. As you see here, this just totally rips apart everything here. I like that. So there's going to be a boss there, or a unique... Oh, it's the Shrine of Sisters. See how this kind of... So I do have to supplement it with grenades. And sometimes you get there, it just does it. But, I mean, that guy was just a... Let's get these guys up and running. So what I've been using for most bosses is the rapid fire. Just go totally unload, and when you get the fire buff, you just toss some grenades and some gas grenades, and it helps. So this galvanic rounds actually do a lot more damage to the guys in the back than they do in the front, which explains why the single target damage is very, very struggling, in my opinion, considering the rest of what I do. It is like the fragment round, the shotgun. So I think the closer you get to it, the more it does. But if the guys in the back of the row, because of the chain, they really get wrecked versus the guy up in the front, because they might get hit 2 or 3 times more than the guy in the front, because the guy in the front only gets hit by the things that in the front. So we'll try to target that guy right there. So he was weak. It's funny how that guy goes submarine mode, that vile vulture.
these towers stand without power. Some of the sons will swallow from the dead, clinging to the sky and to the wind in defiance of the doom of the desert.
It's the runaway guy, Jamonra. These weird hands for feet. Okay, so let's see how this guy does against this shotgun. He swings a lot. I might die a couple times. Actually, he's doing pretty good with this. This doesn't normally happen. Yeah, he's doing really good with it. I don't have to switch over. I like that. And we're done. And we'll go speak to Asala. Give me a second. Alright, let's talk to Asala.
We now have them.
And now we're going to the Dreadnought. So this is the map that I was mentioning has those weird areas where the grenades will just fall off the edge. I probably should have checked for some upgrades, but I think we're good until we get there. Because this whole thing's running off of the carriage, for those of you who don't know, or this whatever this is. See, so the grenades on this one tend to weirdly float. However, there's a lot of sections like here that will block your grenades if you're trying to shoot there. So it does make it somewhat challenging if that's your main form of attack. So if I did have just a shooting kind of a deal, which I do like my shooters. So this concept for me is really like that right here actually. So if I'm trying to get those guys over there, only some, and you gotta remember my main's got a lot of grenades come out. So if only 1 or 2 out of 4 or 5 come out, that's hampering my damage by almost 50%. Especially the gas grenades. Yes, it's a choke point, and I do use it to my advantage. However, it does not always work. Sala does really help out a lot. She will stand there and take all of that tanking. This is probably the easiest this whole thing's ever, of all the ones that I've gotten here, which is only about 5 or 6 characters. This is probably the easiest. The hardest was probably my Chaos Witch. She was not rocking any minions. We'll still try and progress her a little farther. I am curious about how how chaos works in this game. Chaos is really awesome in PoE 1. Perfect. We'll go back real quick and upgrade. So all I could upgrade really was my grenades here, my gas grenades. Sorry for not getting rid of that. I sometimes forget to take away the main screen one. Alright, here we go. This is the Jamonra, hands for feet guy. And he ran away a couple of times and sent his minions a couple of times. I know this was very, very difficult for my witch. This wasn't as bad for my... I forgot to put resistances. Oh, we might suffer a little bit. I can switch off my rings. We'll see. If I die on this one, that's what we'll do. My resistances to lightning are really, really low. Let's get him some... Wow. Oh, we lost. Okay, we'll go do the lightning, and maybe we'll keep some of the fire though. And we'll definitely upgrade some of our skills. We'll be back. Alright, so we got some much needed upgrades. We're now at 46%, 37%, 13%, and 0%. We did switch over some of our evasion to armor, just because that's the armor set that I got. So this stayed the same. We got this, which got rid of some of the evasion. I do want all that rarefying though, like on the helmet. We switched that off also. That went more towards armor, and I think we put this on, which also gave us a little bit more lightning resistance and rarefying. But the biggest improvement was this. This was the crossbow my main was rocking, so it does do additional projectiles. Oh, grenades. I'm sorry. Grenades fire an additional projectile. I was thinking, whoa, that's actually really good for this build. But yeah, so I only got 5 rounds in the galvanic shards now. Well, I think it already did. So that didn't change too much. But I do get an extra grenade now, and it does a heck of a lot more physical damage, as well as some fire damage and lightning damage. So as you see there, 3 to 58 lightning damage also. So that adds. So that does do a world of damage increase. So let's see if that helped us. And we did switch around some of our charms here. Well, the only charm we have, which does lightning protection now. I know he's got that fire at the end too, but I think we got enough fire protection for that. And we did upgrade everything else to level 8. So that's still not doing as much as I'd like it to do. So let's check out this one. This one has been upgraded. Grenades have been upgraded also. I think we're doing a lot better. Grenades just don't do as much damage as the other one, because it is grenade build. Oh, he's not taking any damage. Okay, so it switches back to this. Take out all his half bodies. Cheating. Is he not taking? Maybe he was taking damage. Maybe he just wasn't taking damage at that point. Alright. Let's just get his armor busted. Let's pop him with some grenades. Well, the lightning shot is definitely doing more damage thanks to the new crossbow. Oops, double tapped on that. Let's break his shields, or break his armor. That's what I wanted, double tap. So even this is doing quite a bit more damage considering. Let's break his armor. Switch back to this. And we got him.
This is not over. Not yet. I report you to the embrace of it is done.
It is. And so is the video. So thanks for watching. This has been a short segment on my new mercenary, who is now a witch hunter. And I think that's what we're going to run with once we get into, well, once the reset happens. So stick around for that. Until then, we will be trying out other builds and unique builds on other characters. So I might try and figure out something else for the mercenary also. But until then, thanks for watching and have a good day.